Hopefully the camera ain't right. YouTube or Telegram, whichever one that's going on. It doesn't really fucking matter at this point. First and foremost, as you can see, niggas is sick. I've practically damn near been sick the whole fucking month, bro. And I'm not a fan. Well, I won't over exaggerate. It's probably been like 2 weeks. But I'm not a fan of it, man. And I ain't done a video in about 2 weeks. I think I just posted my first TikTok in about a week, bro. So I'm not gonna lie, this shit been fucking me up. But I had to do something for y'all. So this video, we're gonna keep it short and sweet. Feel me? I'm not gonna yap too long. I'm just gonna go over the whole month of December for y'all. You feel me? Because I've been seeing a lot of people talking about price action has been horrible for the month of December. And I think it's just a skill issue. You feel me? Albeit most of y'all trade futures. I trade forex. So there's a big difference. You feel me? So I can only give y'all advice on the shit that I do. Feel me? And like I said, we're not going to gap too long. Keep it short and sweet. Because this is taking a lot of energy out of the kid. You feel me? But with that being said, we're going to go over the whole month of December. I was going to back test this on FX Replay. But I've already tried to do this video once before. But I couldn't get the video downloaded or whatever the fuck happened. So I just scratched it, and here I am trying to do it again. But I was going to backtest it on FX Replay, but I was already 15 minutes into the video, and I had only backtested a day or two. So I was like, man, fuck this. This video going to take forever. So I just scrapped it, and here I am, and we just going to get on TradingView and just go over the shit just like that, man. You feel me? And, yeah, so try to keep this short and sweet. This video shouldn't be too long. Because I also don't have the energy for all of that. You feel me? So we're just going to dive straight into it. Is December price action really bad? Or is it a skill issue? And now that I'm looking at it for myself, I caught some bangers in here. And I definitely caught some L's in here. Because I ain't going to lie. I do have a bias for the US dollar. And that kind of cost me a couple of trades. And it also caused me a couple non-trades that I should have traded. But hey, you live and you learn. I've also been sick, so that's my excuse. You feel me? But I'm going to stop yapping. And we just go down straight into the fucking video, man. So we can keep this, you know what I'm saying, short and sweet, man. You feel me? Alright, don't mind my damn tissues, bro. It's much simpler than blowing my nose every 5 fucking seconds. Alright. Here, you can see. I don't even know how to start this shit off. Because, I mean, like, bro, it's not... The price action isn't terrible. Like, yeah, there's a couple choppy-ass sessions, you feel me? But let's just start it from December 1st, which would be here. Okay. And for the sake of the video, fuck it. I'm not going to switch back and forth from GBP USD to Euro USD. You feel me? Because I really don't have to, now that I'm looking at it, because these trades have been pretty clear. I just didn't trade a lot of these. I'm not going to lie. But, again, let's just dive straight into it. December 1st, right here. As you can see, I did try to sell. I don't know if I actually took this trade or not. I mean, the position is here. So, maybe, you feel me? Oh, shit, hold up, my bad, y'all. Feel me? That was going to be my position. If we inverse that fair value gap, I was looking for sells. But that didn't fucking happen. We inversed the fair value gap, but we immediately turned right back around. So that would have been an L in my book. I don't know what you would have been looking for, because I was looking for a liquidity sweep off of this high right here. Liquidity sweep. And then an inverse of that fair value gap, that orange box, which we got. Feel me? We got the sweep and a reaction off of it. I was looking for sales. That didn't happen. So that was my first L. You feel me? Is that bad price action? Not really. Feel me? In my opinion, we got just a London little continuation pre-market. Was already coming up. London Session had a pullback. So I guess you could have entered off of the pullback. Mind you, I am on a 15-minute time frame, so let me jump down. I hate when this shit does that, bro. Just put me back to where I was. Cause now I gotta go all the way the fuck back, dude. This shit's annoying. TradingView needs to update that, man. Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna cut to where the fuck I need to be. Get it somewhere. Oh my lord, y'all see that right there? We'll get to that. Man. We'll get to that. Fuck. Shit's annoying, bro. Hot take. I'd rather fight somebody to the death than be fucking sick. Upgrade my plan. What the fuck? What the fuck? It ain't never told me that. Anyway, that's beside the fucking point, bro. Cause what? I don't know, bro. Let's just, you feel me? Bro. Alright, never mind. Anyway, December 1st, right? We had this high right here. This was an 8 session high. I was waiting for a sweep of this high, because as you can see, London session open right here. Alright, boom. We came up, swept this high. And I was looking for an inverse of these fair value gaps over here, which we got. We created fair value gaps on top of that. So, bro, as y'all seen on the 15-minute time frame, we had the same reaction. Inverse the 15-minute time frame, fair value gap. My bad. So I was like, boom, that's our reaction. We're going to sell. I'm going to come down here to these 8 session lows, equal lows right here. Obviously, that didn't fucking happen. We inverse these fair value gaps. And shit, turned around, which I guess you could say there was a fair value gap at the bottom, which we just tapped into. And we had a London session continuation. But that's not what I was looking for. So, feel me? That bottom orange box we tapped into. But what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I wanted sales. That didn't happen. So I took my L there. Right? Let's continue forward. That shit just pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. This right here, I don't remember if I traded this or not. But again, you could have caught sales here. Came up, sweep these highs, moved down. Targeted any low, really. I would have targeted 8 session lows or whatever. You could have targeted up. Well, it's the same low, pretty much. 8 session lows. Liquidity sweep, fair value gap in there on the 1 minute time frame. Fuck. Shit is atrocious, bro. Right? Came up, swept 8 session highs, moved down. Simple. I don't trade any of this, so I'm not going to go over any of the price action that I didn't trade. London session December 3rd, right? We got these lows right here. Boom. London session opened here, came down, swept these lows, moved up. You feel me? Could have targeted these highs, and even then, you could have let that bitch run. Feel me? But if you didn't let it run, and you were targeting those lows, oh my fuck. Well, I'm not gonna fuck with the stop loss, but you would have caught. Oh, now 14 points, right? Stop loss just below. Give it some breathing room. 4 points. That's a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Feel me? Really more than that, cause whoa, that's 15 points. Still a 1 to 3. Like liquidity sweeps. Move up. It doesn't get more simpler than that. Right here. Same thing. This was kind of iffy because where we started from, that took a long time to get that move. I'm not gonna lie. That was an hour and a half, hour and some change into market open. Me personally, I'm not. After an hour and a half, we still ain't swept no highs or no lows. I'm cool. I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna stay up that long just to potentially keep going. You feel me? There, even if I was to look for longs in this situation, there was literally no pullback besides right here. But at this point, we're getting the liquidity sweep. And then we got these highs right here too. So, I mean, you just got to be patient. And I probably wouldn't have traded that because of this move up right here. There was an hour and a half of just straight cooking. So I was like, yeah, I'm cool. But if you would have been patient and you would have waited, you could have entered the shorts off of the sweep of these highs, right? Targeted. I'll be honest, there's really no target point because the next lows is way down here. And obviously, we didn't go all the way down there unless you would have held the position, you know what I'm saying, till 7 o'clock in the morning. Which me personally, I probably would have. Because I'm not going to lie, when I enter my trades on London session, as long as my stop loss is in a cool spot that I'm comfortable with, like if we hit my stop loss, well, I'm completely wrong, and we just going to keep going to the opposite direction. So, I mean, if you would have put your take profit down here, you still would have banged out, depending on when you would have woke up. Because I'm not going to lie, I don't wake up until damn near after New York session, because what the fuck. So, regardless if I would have entered in sales after the sweep, or up here, I would have banged out, regardless. Targeted these lows down here, even if I didn't wake up right here and close, it still would have banged out regardless. Even New York session had a pullback, still came down to those lows. This right here is not really my cup of tea. GBP USD may have had an SMT, but like I said, we're just going to go over Euro USD just for the sake of this video, man. There was really no entry in my opinion. We just kind of opened and dumped, so I just let price do what it do. I don't chase trades. That's not my cup of tea, you feel me? But if you would have traded New York session this day, that was beautiful. Came up, took out these highs, feel me, and moved down. So let's just keep moving on. I actually caught this trade. I went over it in one of my videos on my Telegram, I think. My bad. But we had an SMT, GBP USD, and Euro USD. GBP USD came up and swept these highs. Euro USD did not sweep no highs, in my opinion. So I was like, boom, we got an SMT, and one pair had a liquidity sweep. SMT, we had an inverse of a fair value gap with a fair value gap on a 1 minute time frame if I was scaled down. I entered off of that 1 minute time frame, fair value gap, and as you can see, it played out perfectly. I targeted really any of these lows. I closed the position right here at the second time that we came back down just because I was like, okay, we could pull back and continue down to these lows, but it was already what? 3:20. It's an hour and a half into market open. Again, I'm not trading that long, bro. My trades last an hour and a half tops. So that was it for me. And hell, it really wouldn't have made a fucking difference. We never went no lower and we never went no higher. So still a W in my book. We had an SMT, fair value gap entry, inverse of a fair value gap. That's enough for me to enter a trade. New York session, we had some news this day. So, I don't trade fucking news, man. This right here was beautiful. I didn't trade this. I think I had court this day. I'm not going to lie. And I think this is when I got sick, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around here. But even if I did trade it, this would have been beautiful. Came down, swept all of these lows. This was a bunch of liquidity right here. Right? Swept it, move up. Could have targeted any of these highs. 80 session, New York session. You feel me? You still would have banged out. So that was beautiful liquidity sweep. And we got a fair value gap entry. And the inverse of a fair value gap. Like, what more do you need? We draw it out for you. Like, that's the inverse of a fair value gap. Also a fair value gap. That's all I need, my friends. But I don't think I traded that, to be honest. Even this right here, London session came up, swept previous London session highs, had a massive move down. If you would have stayed patient and waited the 40 minutes for us to get the move. Also, inverse the fair value gap with the fair value gap alongside with a liquidity sweep. What more do you need? Feel me? Even New York session, I don't trade New York session, so I'm not going to go over that. I'm not even going to waste my time. Feel me? Because we're already 13 minutes into this video. Right? This last session right here, I caught it. Came up, sweep 8 session highs, moved down. I was targeting these lows, but I've been having like issues to where price will come down during London session, and it'll come close to the lows, but won't fully sweep them out. So I kind of took that into consideration, and I was like, boom, I'm already up. You know what I'm saying? $300. So I was like, boom. After coming off a loss, I just took my bread. You feel me? And I'm glad I did. Because it don't get no better than that. Feel me? And like I told y'all, my trades, I'm only trading an hour. I waited 45 minutes for this trade, and it lasted about 30 to 45 minutes. So, hey, that was a W in my book. This right here, I didn't trade this shit because, come on, bro. London session, the whole first 40 minutes of the London session and pre-market was just choppy, bro. I'm cool on that. I went to sleep. Not gonna lie. I caught this. Came down, swept 8 session highs. 8 session lows. We swept them. Moved up. I targeted 8 session highs. Boom. This was similar to this right here. Only difference was London sessions actually had down candles, or wicks at least. We wicked down these lows and moved up, which is what you want to see from a liquidity sweep. You feel me? Price comes down and have immediate reactions off of it. That's all I'm looking for when I'm looking for liquidity sweeps. Immediate reactions off untested highs and untested lows. And I'm targeting untested highs or untested lows, whichever the case may be, if I'm going up or down. Right? So that's a W there. Came down, swept those lows, move up, target 8 session highs. Right? So let's go to this right here. This would have been a very quick trade. How many? I'm not gonna lie. This would have been, I don't even know if I would have traded this, to be honest, bro. That's 13 points. That's fine. A little 1 to 2. That's still good in my book. Depending on which time frame you traded, you probably could have got more out of it. Because on a 5-minute time frame, it did take a little bit longer for us to, feel me, fully have the confirmation. That's the thing. The 1-minute time frame, the confirmations line up faster. But the higher time frames, they're more, I have more confidence in them. You feel me? So that was that. That was my thought process. Which, even though I don't think I traded that, I'm gonna be honest. I was definitely sick around this time. Hell, this was a week ago. So yeah, I was sick around this time. So I wasn't really tripping about trading. You feel me? But same shit applies. Came up, swept these highs. Had an inverse of a fair value gap with the fair value gap. Targeted 8 session lows. Boom. Self-explanatory, buddy. I definitely didn't trade that shit. So I'm not even going to go over it. I was in the market this day, but I didn't feel like this was enough confirmation for me to take the trade. Yes, based off technical analysis alone, you could see that we were obviously going down, so you could have entered trades off of the pullback and a tap. We retapped into this fair value gap. But that's not enough for me. You feel me? I need liquidity sweeps and then fair value gaps. Feel me? So until I get that, I'm cool on it. So I just let that go. I don't, like I said, I don't chase trades. My setup if I don't get my setup, I'm not trading it. Even this right here, like, bro, that's just a straight up chop fest. But it followed my strategy. Sweep some lows. You know what I'm saying? We targeted unchecked highs and lows. I was targeting these highs right here. Really wanted these highs. Asian session. But I was like, I ain't gonna be greedy. It's already 11 points. I was like, cool, I'll take it. For me, that's a positive risk to reward. That was a 1 to 2. That's cool in my book. I honestly closed this at break even. We never lost. I just closed it at break even. and I still would have lost if I would have held it, because we came back down and re-swept these lows, which was good for New York session, but for me that was horrible. So I closed that break even there. As you can see, it's a bunch of fucking choppiness. This right here, this was simply we didn't get the move that I wanted. You feel me? We came up, swept these highs, had a fair value gap, had an inverse of a fair value gap, but hell, we inversed the fair value gap again. So it just happens. We had a London session reversal. Then everything else just continued. You feel me? This right here was just pretty much continuation. I didn't trade it because there was no real entry in my opinion either. And again, I don't chase trades. If I don't get my entry, I'm not looking. Because again, we came up, swept these highs. I know I'm looking for reactions off of unchecked highs or unchecked lows. So if we don't get the reaction that I want, I'm not trading it. Cool. I'm out of here. This right here, I had the box here because I was waiting for the inverse of this fair value gap. But again, this was Christmas Eve. So it was a bank holiday. I didn't really think that I needed to trade. So I didn't trade, but I should have, because inverse of the fair value gap, London reversal, that was beautiful. But it was Christmas Eve. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't have to trade today. I'm not going to. And obviously, this is the day after Christmas, which is now a new bank holiday, which I didn't know was a bank holiday until I looked at fucking Forex Factory. But still, same rules apply. Sweet work. Had a slight move up. If you wanted to trade it, you could have. I mean, that's really it. So let's jump back up to the 15-minute time frame. Feel me? We turn the session indicators off and just look at price action. I mean, like, it doesn't look terrible, because even if I go to a higher time frame, jump to the 1 hour, price repeats itself, right? Move down, chop, chop, move up, uptrend, move down, uptrend, move down, uptrend. Look like we're finna move down, have another uptrend. Hopefully we have an uptrend and move down. I want price to come down more. I don't like Euro USD in the 117 range. I like it in the 116s, the 115. Like, come down some more. That's why I'm so biased on the US dollar. I don't like price being this high. You feel me? Because I'm not gonna lie. Let's jump up to the 4 hour time frame. Like, we are in a clear uptrend. You feel me? Albeit, if you go down to the lower time frames, those candlesticks have a lot more jitteriness in them. You feel me? Like, there's a lot more price action to read on the lower time frames versus the higher time frames. So if you're swing trading, I don't see how you lose trades, because we're obviously in a clear uptrend. So why are you trying to go against the trend on a higher time frame? You feel me? You could do that on a lower time frame, because that's where the reversal comes from. The lower time frames, you know what I'm saying, flip the script, and the higher time frames will follow. But if the higher time frames is in a clear uptrend, I'm not going to go against that if I'm trading the higher time frame. You feel me? So that's one thing to take into consideration. What time frame you're trading and what you're even trading. You feel me? So again, I don't think price action was bad. I just think it was a skill issue. You feel me? Because like I said, there was a lot of days that I thought that price action was going to chop around, that it didn't. We actually had moves. So you just got to be patient. And that's my problem. I consider myself more of a scalper. So I'm not in the market, you feel me, hours. I'm in the market for an hour. I'm looking for my setup, off market open. If I don't get it, I don't get it. You feel me? And even then, I'll go to sleep. And before I go to sleep, I'll check the markets on my phone and see if we get the reaction. And if we are, I'll enter off my phone. But if not, I close the bitch and go to sleep. You feel me? Like I said, I don't chase trades. I'm not hurting for money. You feel me? I'm more worried about learning the skill. You feel me? Because that's everybody's problem. Y'all too busy focused on how much money can you make. And that's going to fuck you every time. But, again, I'm done with the charts. So I'm going to turn this off so I can get this video downloaded. But, boom, like I said, I'm not really hurting for money. So, like, I don't feel the need to chase trades. I don't feel the need to force anything. Like, if I'm not getting what I want, I'm done. That's just what it is with me. Feel me? Yeah, like I said, if I'm not getting what I want, then I'm done. That's just what it is. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with missing trades just for the sake of it's not a part of my strategy, right? And I know you can adapt. Like if you see price setting up in the opposite direction and you can clearly see it, okay, that's cool. Take that trade. But I'm not doing that because that's clouding my judgment when my setup is actually showing. Because then it's like, okay, well, here's my setup. But yesterday, price, you know what I'm saying? My setup played out, but it didn't fully give me the move, which I showed y'all. It happened a couple days out of the month. Where we had the liquidity sweep, we had the inverse of fair value gap, we had the fair value gap, but it didn't fully move, right? It reversed itself, which is cool. It just come with the game, bro. You just gotta take that shit and roll with it. Feel me? And if you're not getting your setup, it's okay. Get out of the market. Don't risk blowing a trade or blowing your account off of uncertainty. You feel me? That's where the problem comes in at. I'm not gonna lie, this 4-hour time frame looks fucking gorgeous. What the hell? I love this shit. Even though I don't trade the 4-hour time frame, this is way too long for me, boy. If anything, I get on the 1-hour time frame. Because that's what I'm trading. I'm trading like 1-hour candlesticks. This is what I do. Even then, this still looks the same as a 4-hour time frame. Feel me? Sweet work, move up. Sweet work, move up. Like, the markets move off of liquidity sweeps. So once you understand that liquidity sweeps and fair value gaps, that's all I'm looking for. And if I don't get those, fuck you. I'm out. I'm okay with not trading. No trades is better than a losing trade. And a losing trade is better than, you know what I'm saying, taking a trade, losing, and then not even be a part of your strategy. Because now when you enter to the trade, you're like, damn, well, this could go wrong and this could go wrong. But why don't you think about that before you even enter? What could go wrong? Then think about what could go right. You feel me? You got to take everything into consideration. That's just the best advice that I can give you, man. And you got to detach yourself from the money. You feel me? That's number one thing. Shit not going nowhere, bro. The market is already rigged against you. Don't rig it even more than it has to be, gang. That's the bottom line. Stick to your strategy. Stick to your plan. And if you're not getting what you're looking for in the markets, leave. It's not that deep, my friends. But like I said, I'm going to stop yapping. And I'm going to get this video out for y'all, man. Hopefully y'all found this useful. Feel me? Price action is not bad. Just a skill issue. That's the best advice that I can give you.